Stop making more dating shows or I am going to smack you. We literally can't move for them. It's virtually impossible to be single nowadays with the amount of dating shows out there, and yet somehow I've still managed it. Everyone's going to be taken by the time I get around to dating. There's literally a new dating show every other week at this point. As if Love Island wasn't enough, ITV have just started the new one called Ready to Mingle. Ready to Mingle. I'm ready to top myself if they keep making more of these shows. Try making something original that doesn't involve Stephen Mulhern, preferably. For those of you that don't know the premise of Ready to Mingle, they get a bunch of massive, jacked up lads, stick them in a villa. That sounds original. But wait for the twist. These lads aren't competing for lots of women. No, no, no. That's been done to death. They're competing for one woman. Oh, now that's what I call a twist. The best bit is some of these lads are already in relationships. That's a great dating show, isn't it? One where half the contestants already have girlfriends. I think one of them's even gay. That's not a dating show anymore. That's just creating drama for the sake of it. Those guys are literally just there for the money. I mean, some might say no different to usual then, but the other lads are supposedly there for love. And the woman doesn't know who's who. I mean, it's bad enough when they're all in there for love. Now this poor woman's going to spend the next few weeks falling for someone who might already have a missus. If she wanted to be led on by a jacked up lad for a few weeks, she should have gone to Magaluf. Although there's not 50 grand in that, is there? So interesting. And of course, that's not what this is really about. It's an opportunity to get your name out there. And there's your first mistake. Don't mix relationships with career opportunities. Although, to be fair, it worked well for Kim Kardashian. She's done alright for herself, hasn't she? But what I'm saying is, just go date Paul from IT, or Andrea from HR. Why does it have to be about getting famous at the same time? Fame as a pursuit is just as hollow as those arse implants you've had popped in.
I'm Elliot. I'm an electrician, so I'm used to dealing with sparks all day.
Ooh, bit of wordplay. You're in for a shock if you think she's going to be interested in you, mate.
My name is Malcolm, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm an actor.
He's unemployed. An entrepreneur doesn't take 6 weeks off work to try and win 50 grand on a dating show. But on a more positive note, he has got hips like Shakira.
If my looks aren't enough,
no, they're not.
My banter comedy will be, and I'll certainly laugh her into bed.
You've got more chance of her laughing at you. What's that you're wearing? Looks like a pair of your nan's curtains.
My ideal woman would be someone who's confident, quite stylish, she's quite fiery. Like, I don't mind getting a little slap sometimes.
Sorry, you like to be slapped? We're not talking about bedroom antics here, are we? This is the guy who actually likes to be slapped in a domestic environment. Are you getting this? The worst bit about Ready to Mingle, though, is that it's basically ITV's version of Love or Money, a dating show on Jubilee. So the twist isn't even original. At least when Channel 4 does Naked Attraction, there's some originality to it. They've got no clothes on. Oh, wait, hang on. They've got competition. Please welcome, new on the scene, it's Naked and Afraid of Love. This is a new dating show on Discovery. Usually Discovery have documentaries about sharks, lions, bears. Now the biggest predator on there is some bloke from Austin, Texas with a tribal tattoo.
It's really awky right now because my wang is hanging out and I'm just like, okay, is she paying attention to my ding-dong?
Can you believe it? Naked and afraid of love. You're not afraid of love if you're prepared to get your kit off on national TV just to find a partner. Surely that's the opposite of afraid. If anything, you seem a bit keen. You'll be stood there topping up the tan on your todger while chatting to Leslie from Los Angeles. These aren't people that need help finding love. Let's help them find some clothes first, shall we?
You had a hard on.
Come again? Look, I'm glad he's happy to see her, but never go into top gear when you first meet someone. Don't do that. That's how you end up with nicknames like Hard On Harry. You know, he'll be down doing chores to keep the campfire going. I've got wood. I'm sure you have, pal. People don't forget these things. But hold up, there's another dating show we've not spoken about. Probably for a good reason. It's on HBO Max. Please welcome F-Boy Island. F-Boy. F. The network have gone, nah, sorry, you can't swear at the title. Oh well, we'll just have to scrap the title then, Larry. Hang on a minute, Frank. Hang on. Kids nowadays like to shorten things. Let's call it F-Boy Island instead. How do you tell your parents you're going on that show? Oh, by the way, I'll be gone for 6 weeks. I'm going on a TV programme called F-Boy Island. What's F-Boy mean, David? F-Boy? Ooh. F-Boy means, frigid. Frigid island. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm Garrett, and I'm a certified F-boy.
Your name's Garrett. You're not an F-boy, you're a Garrett. That's all you are. You're 34, you have a room full of figurines that you collect. Good for you, I'm all for it, but you're not an F-boy.
I'm the king of the F-boys. When it comes to women, 10 out of 10, I don't lose.
Weirdly, that's exactly what a loser would say.
With girls, when I open up to them, they're like, oh, okay. He's really willing to be like open, and all I'm really doing is trying to let you really open your legs to me.
Oh, Oh, Garrett, if you're going to emotionally manipulate people, which you shouldn't, then don't do it on national TV and then admit to it. You've given your game away there.
My name is Garrett, and real talk, I would love to have 2 minutes with you.
Oh no, make it stop. Why are you chatting to her ear? Make some eye contact. It's just weird to go up to someone and start whispering in their ear like you're some sort of creepy James Bond villain. What are you doing?
Get a chance to at least say something to you, and I wrote you a poem.
Of course you have.
When we fall off the path at times, it leads us to strengthen and sharpen our minds.
Oh no, you're a grown man reading a poem to somebody that doesn't even like you. She's not interested ever since you whispered into her ear. That's why you're in the bottom 2 in the first place. A poem isn't going to save you. If anything, you've just made it worse.
On the other side, it's calm and it's warm, because when we find love, we're no longer a storm. Garrett Powers.
Garrett's powers? He's just credited himself there at the end, just in case he didn't make it clear enough at the start. He's wrote this poem. Nobody was sitting around going, oh my god, who's written this masterpiece? Is this one of Wordsworth's? No, it's not. He's written it for somebody that doesn't even like him. Anyway, safe to say, he then got sent home. I'm just not sure why every channel and TV network has to have their own dating show nowadays. Are there not enough of these people knocking about? Are nightclubs running out of Z-listers to make guest appearances? Is Base Hunter not available? Are there still spare teeth whitening ads and dodgy diet pills waiting to be sold? Is this really what TV companies have to do to get people's attention? Are they starting to realise that people are switching to online content and the only way to get young people engaged anymore is by putting a dozen hot people in a villa and letting their sexual tension do the talking? Is this really where we've got to as a society? What happens when we become numb to these repetitive dating shows? Then what? What happens when we've squeezed every last drop out of this format? Most of these companies will be screwed. The only one I've watched recently was Too Hot to Handle on Netflix, and that was actually alright. Still car crash TV, but within the genre of car crash TV, it was more of a scratch than a head-on collision, so that's something. But maybe we'll never get bored of the concept of dating shows. Maybe there's something relatable to the difficulty of dating. Maybe some of the lifestyle of reality TV is aspirational. Or maybe it's just something to do to kill time before we inevitably die. Maybe that's all life is, a waiting room for death. And if someone puts F-Boy Island on the TV, you just can't help but watch. For me though, when I look past the fake tan and chiseled jawlines, I do feel sorry for these people. They're sold the dream of fame and fortune, and the reality is you've chewed up and spat back out again, and it's just rinse and repeat year after year. They have 3 months of doing the circuit of student haunts, the same selfies on sticky nightclub floors over and over again, and then it's back to B&Q. And there's nothing wrong with B&Q. Nowadays, we demonise the 9 to 5 as if there's something wrong with a stable income that rewards you for turning up every day. I mean, it's not the job I want, although, to be fair, it might end up being the one I get at this rate. But my point is, it works for some people. Let's make 9 to 5 sexy again. Someone roll out Dolly Parton.
And people say she's just a big pair of
Anyway, I'm off now. Don't forget to subscribe. Do you know how much effort I've put into this video? I've stood up, for God's sake. So feel free to validate me with your likes and subscribes. Cheers.